like to drop my trousers to the world. I am a man of means, of slender means. Each household appliance is like a new silence in my town. And if the day came when I felt a natural emotion, I'd get such a shock I'd probably jump in the ocean. And when a train goes by, it's such a sad sound. It's such a sad thing. I'd like to drop my trousers to the Queen. Every sensible child will know what this means. The poor and the needy are selfish and greedy on her turn. And if the day came when I felt a natural emotion, I'd get such a shock I'd probably jump in the ocean. And when a train goes by, it's such a sad sound. It's such a sad thing. And when I'm lying in my bed, I think about life and I think about death, and neither one particularly.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mike from 2LT Skating here. It's been 2 weeks since I got my new skates, them 909s. I'm here to do part 2 of the review, and I have to say that I'm really liking these skates. They actually may be my favorite skates. I don't know if they're gonna replace the Fatties, but they're so good. They're so good. One of the first things I noticed that when I was skating these the first time is that your foot is up straight like this. Well, like that. Skating. With my shadows, I always felt like I was leaning like this towards the outside of the skate. But these have so much support with the Intuition liners in there, which I'm really liking the Intuition liners. They're definitely worth the money. With the Intuition liners, with the cuffs the way they are, they hold your foot up straight. So it was a little weird getting used to that because I was used to like kind of riding on the outside with the shadows. But the more I like it, the more I ride it, the more comfortable it becomes, the more solid my skating is feeling. I have these set up pretty much the same as the end of the last video, where I have the inside cuff down, I have the outside cuff up, so it kind of gives you that little bit of canter in there. I have the heel pad in. I put in the other video when I first started, I had the insole that came with this. I had the inside the boot, inside the liner. I took it out and I was skating without it, just completely without it for most of the 2 weeks. But one thing that I did notice, and I said this when I first skated them, is you feel everything in these skates. And I was noticing that my knees were hurting, and I don't know if it was because I was skating a lot or if it was because I went from a soft boot to a hard boot, which the shadows, you have this really thick sole right here, and then you have your skate, and it's pretty comfortable. It's pretty padded. These aren't like that. You have your liner, then you have your boot in there, and so my knees were really hurting. But I've also been skating a lot. But I also have noticed that in shoes, like I used to wear Chucks all the time, and I can't really wear Chucks anymore. I have to wear more athletic shoes because my knees just kill me. So I'm wondering if started wondering if that maybe that's what it is. So I put that insole between the boot and the liner, and I haven't tried it yet. I hurt my knee the other day skating, so I have to take a couple days off. But I'm kind of curious to see how that changes it, if it makes a difference or not. One thing with these, the cuff bolts, they do come loose. They were loose after the first time I skated them. What I did was I took some of that blue, I don't have it with me, it's in my bag, that blue Loctite, and I put it on the threads and I screwed it in, and I have not had a problem with the cuff bolts coming loose at all. The frame bolts, the mounting hardware for the frame, the short one that goes in the front, you can't really see it, front to mount the frame on, that one's good, but the back one for the Featherlight 3s, it was just too long for there. It was going into my foot. It felt like it was, like I could feel it. So I took the 50/50 one, I put it in there, and these have been on good. I haven't had to tighten these up at all. These slide really, really well. The Royales are really good in them. Soles are really good. Top sides are good. Fish brains. One trick that I have been having a problem with are unities, which is odd because I've never had a problem with the unities. They were actually one of my safety tricks. When I was skating my volos, I like unities where you're sitting down, basically sitting down on the object. When one of my friends, he used to have one of the sweetest unities. It looked like he was sitting Indian style on the rail. I can never get that low, but I would try to get low. With the volos, that's kind of how I skated them. With the shadows, though, this sole plate here, it was just so big, like I couldn't get low because it would lift the frame up off the ledge or off the rail, and like I don't know, it just wasn't very secure. So I kind of was doing my unity standing up in the shadows. These, I feel like I have to get back down low, and it's just something I'm going to have to get used to. It's just going to take time and practice. What else? I can do pretty much all the tricks that I was doing in my shadows before. You know, save the unities. I've done a couple of them, just not very consistent with them. The responsiveness in these allow me to do switch ups a lot more. I'm doing more switch ups, more consistent, and I'm actually doing a lot different ones. I'm trying to learn kind grinds. That was just one trick that I just never learned, and I might be putting a video out on that. I still haven't got them where I'm comfortable. I've gotten them, but they're okay. They're not the best looking ones. But overall, these are a very good skate. A very solid skate. A very comfortable skate. If you're thinking about them, if you can, I would definitely splurge for the Intuition liners. They're so good. I'm amazed every time I put these things on how they feel, how well they feel. Like half the time I can't even feel it, and I don't know if that makes sense to you, but like with my Rain Slim Fits, Slim Fits, I can feel those liners on there. Like they press up against this part of my foot right here, and I can just feel the texture. With the shadows, I can feel those liners. With these, I can't feel the liners at all. They fit like a glove. And somebody explained to me when I was asking, you know, are these liners worth it? somebody explained it to me as they're going to be more of like a sports car seat as opposed to like a Cadillac plushy seat. And I kind of knew what they meant, but I kind of didn't and everything. But that is a perfect analogy when you're comparing this liner to something like this. This is more plushy, more Cadillac-y. This is more sports car-y. And the plushy, it feels really good. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. This just feels so much better, and I like not being able to feel the liner. And I like the responsiveness of this. This skate, where my foot is, that's where the skate is. With this, like the shadow, and like I don't mean to compare the two because it's really apples and oranges, but it's what I have to kind of point out differences. If you look at the shadow in here, like this is the edge, the outside edge of the boot, and there's almost like a whole finger width right there and there. So my foot, and you can see it's kind of skewed, like it kind of points inward, like the wheels are straight, and then the toe of the skate actually kind of points a little inward. So whenever you're landing, whenever you're doing a trick, you're almost like a little bit pigeon-toed. These, you're straight. Like when you're standing, you're straight. When you're skating forward, you're straight. When you're on tricks, you're straight. And so I think that allows a lot more consistency in what you're doing. So in my other video, I was talking about how the shadows let me be lazier, and it felt lazy. These, no, like you have to get in a good position in there, and I think if it feels a lot better. My Royales, they look so much better. They feel so much better. They're really solid. Once I got them set up how I like them, they're like that. When I was testing them out and trying to, work out the kinks and everything like that, yeah, there was wobbly and shaky. Joe was pointing out how my tricks were shaky. He's like, you're better on the shadows. And then after I got them set up, he's like, yeah, you're a lot more solid on these. And I agree. Like I just feel all around better skating these. I did have some heel lift in them, and so I don't know if y'all have checked out my shadow lacing video, but I have these laced how I lace my shadows, where it's over, under, so like it goes like this, and it pulls this part close like that, and it forces your heel down. Check that out. I can't really show it on these, but that did help a lot. Somebody asked me if I think that these are a good skate for a beginner. Yes and no. Yes, because I think that they're a very good skate. I think that they teach you the right positions to get your body, to get your skates. The smaller sole plate is going to teach a little more precision in there. The Royales are really good, but if you're a beginner, you're probably not doing Royales, you're doing front sides, which you should be doing front sides. You should be doing, if you're a beginner, you need to practice in front sides and soles and Mizus until you're sick of them, and then keep practicing them, because those are the foundations to the other tricks. But yes and no. So I think that these are a very good skate, and I think that a beginner can skate these, and it'd be a really good skate to have as a beginner. Now if you have something like the Shadows or the USDs with these huge sole plates, and a Royale groove where you don't have to be over as much, you can pretty much stand up and do them, you're going to be able to do tricks faster, but sloppier. And I'm not saying that shadows make you a sloppy skater or bad skater or bad form, because there's a lot of really good people that skate shadows. This is just my personal opinion on it. I just really think that the them 909s are better. But again, it's apples and oranges. I still think that these are very good skates. I think these are a very good starter skate. I think the Aeons, as much as I personally don't like the Aeons, I think that they're a very good beginner skate. They got a very good price point in there. My only thing is I don't skate flat, so I'd be skating them anti-rocker, and that's a pretty big gap for anti-rocker. But that's just me, and I know that's heresy for somebody to skate Aeons anti. So I've been skating these for 2 weeks, and like I said, I'm really liking them. I'm going to be skating them another 2 weeks, and I'll be coming back. That'll be a month that I've had these. I've been skating these exclusively this whole time, and I plan on doing it the whole time. And then I'll give you my final updates. If y'all like these videos, click like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or anything that you want me to cover or do, just let me know. I'm working on my I'm trying to learn kind grinds, and so I'm trying to document that. Whether that makes it to a video or not, I don't know. But I also plan on doing some how-to, some fundamentals. I got a pad review coming up. I know Lawrence from Back to Blading just did one. Check his out. It was really good. Mine's going to be a little bit different. But anyways, y'all keep skating.